I'm telling you, the one thing you cannot get back is time. It is your greatest asset. I'd give somebody some of my money for a couple more years to be with my wife. Time is the greatest enemy. You think it is infidelity. The greatest enemy. You think it is finances. You think it is in laws. You think it is differences. No, 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 it is time. We've got to learn how to steward our time. We've got to learn to tend to it, guard it, keep it. I just want to make sure that the life we've got left, that it's sweeter than the life. That if I would give up or if I wasn't focused and I wasn't doing what I'm supposed to do. So when you've been with somebody since you're 16 years old and they got a chronic illness, don't you know it's easy for me to go drink? It's rough my life. It ain't what it used to be before she got sick. Like why God is blessing her. She still got MS. I lost 5 eyes to cancer. You don't think I could have smoked some weed. You don't think when I'm going through that pressure I couldn't have broke. But you talked about it, mental toughness. It is. In those times, we have to be stronger than we've ever been before. Why? Because they need us more than they ever need us before. And you guys are blessed in that you are the 1%ers. Not only people want to be in your life who want the life that you have, and you got it and you're not taking it serious. Like, you know how many people would die to have this right? You know how many people would die to be on the field on Sunday? You know how people would die to eat the way you all eat? You know how many people would die to have the gear we all got? You know how people would die to get on these planes and travel the world? You know how people would die to have your life and you got it? It's your life. You got it. What you gonna do with it? You got to be able to see it when it cannot be seen. You have to see it happening. You have to believe in the unseen. Because if you can't believe in it, you will never manifest it. But when you believe in it, you demand the universe to assist you in what you're doing. And if you can see it before everybody else can see it, then it's going to eventually come to you. Forget about January, forget about February, forget about March, forget about April, forget about May, forget about June, forget about July, forget about August, forget about September. It's over. So forget about the past. Listen to me and make the rest of your life the best of your life. It's your boy E.T. I know you can do it. I believe you can do it. Go out there, get up, get out, go get some. Are you wasting your time? Or are you using your time wisely? You can't replace money. You cannot get a year back. All you need to get where you're going, you already got it, right? You already have it. All I need you to do is believe in yourself. When you say, E.T., my teacher don't believe in me. My own parents don't believe in me. You don't listen to me. You don't need nobody else to make your dreams become reality. I don't need them to believe in me. I don't need them to encourage me. I don't need them to pump me up to motivate me. I have my own motivation. All you need is a dream. All you need is a goal. Because once you get your goal, you can activate it. You come to life. You come to life. You come alive. You are, once you have a goal, you got something to wake up to. You got something to go to bed for, all right? What you are to be, you're now becoming. I earned the right to be here. I wanted to be here. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning the last 13 years giving out content every day. I deserve to be here. Don't talk to me like that. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? See, because I grind so hard, I work so hard that when I get this opportunity, like I don't play with it. I don't act like I deserve to be here. I think about my ancestors and what they went through, and that's why I'm here. So the first thing I need you all to do is, and I know you're sweet, but what I'm trying to tell you, this is different. This is different, baby. This ain't high school. This ain't college. Like, this ain't for funsies. Like, this is somebody's lifestyle. And people going out there and getting it. And if something happens to, I promise you, if something happened to you as sweet as you are, you're going to be what? Come on, you got to talk back to me. You're going to be what? Replaced. Say it again. You're going to be what? That ought to scare you. That ought to scare you. That alone ought to make you wake up every day and say, I cannot afford to be replaced. You're running out of time. You don't know how much time you have. You keep telling yourself you got time, and watch what happens. Now, on your mark, get set, go. You are running out of time. All right? I'm going to say it again. You are running out of time. 2 weeks, my man told his grandfather, I'm graduating in 2 weeks later. Even before he literally marked his grandfather's path. Who's going to pass in your life if you average? Who's not going to see you blow up? Who's not going to see you accomplish your goals? Who's not going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor with you? Who put in why? Because you average. And one day you're going to be great, but you think you got time. You think you got time. AET 3 years from now, 5 years from now. I'm telling you, you deserve to be great now. And not only do you deserve to be great, there's some people in your life. Listen to me, you're running out of time. That's right. You got a job and you're new at it. Yep. You knew what your job and you like ET. Look, I just got here. I got forever. Listen to me very closely. You got to hear me. You might be at that job another 10 years. You might be there another 20 years. But that opportunity, somebody's about to leave and get another job. Hear me very closely. Somebody's about to quit. Somebody's about to get fired. And you will not, listen to me, you will not be ready at that particular moment to go to the next level. We're not talking about the job right now. We're talking about an opportunity. You never know when your opportunity is that opportunity. It may not be 2 years from now. It may not be 3 years from now. It may not be 4 years from now. Your opportunity might come in the next 6 weeks. Your opportunity to get your mama out of that neighborhood and get your mama into a new neighborhood. Listen to me, that opportunity might come in the next 6 months. The question is, will you be ready when that opportunity comes? So you're running out of time. 1 minute to go. 1 month you're doing it, the next minute you're not. We're not talking about consistency right now. We talked about consistency before. We're not talking about consistency right now. I'm talking about residence. You got to surrender to that thing. You can't be playing with it. You can't, should I quit? Should I give up? Or should I keep going? Listen to me, I can't tell you what you should do. But I'm going to ask you this question. What's in your seed? This is not for the head. This is for the heart. What's the seed? What is it worth to you? What is it worth to you? I don't know what your seed is. I don't know what your seed is. I don't know what your harvest is going to be when it's fully developed. I don't know if you should abort right now or not. I don't know if you should quit or you should give up. But I'm going to ask you this. What's the value of your seed? I know my seed. I couldn't give up. Homeless, I still couldn't give up. 12 years ago, I couldn't give up. I'm one class shy. The staff or the P? 80, I can't give up. Why? Because of value. What is worth? What I've put in. I've put in too much. I've given too much. I've sweat too much. I've given up sleep. I've given up friendship. I've given up so much stuff that I had to give back later. Why? Because the value, I've put too much in it. What's it worth to you? What does it cost? What price have you paid for it? What does it cost you? And if it costs you something, then you better not quit until you get in harvest. You cannot get a year back. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. So we got this big milestone, and we're going to turn those milestones into doable tasks. Those small doable tasks, right? So we got this big milestone, I want to get a 4. 0. But like literally what has to happen in February? What has to happen in March? What has to happen in April to make that happen, right? And that's the thing I love about sports, is that it's already built in. The reason why some of us never reach the level of success we want to, because it's not built in, right? We talked about this before. A lot of you first generation college students, a lot of you will be first generation entrepreneurs, like whatever you're doing. So you got to build it in. So every day it's like film, practice, then occasionally game, right? Film, practice, occasionally. Like you don't play all the time. That might be a test, right? I don't know, that might be a quiz. That might be a big paper that's due. That might be a final exam, right? But one thing I love about practice is 247. Even when you're playing the game, you're just playing out what you practice. That's why when I go out of time, I'm always doing free stuff. Why? Practice. Reps. I can't wait till the big digs to speak. I got to get my reps in. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how bad you are. You got to get those reps in. So make sure you do this. Listen to me. And I told you, how many times a day do I want you doing this? 3 times a day. Morning, noon, night. Come on. This ain't rocket science. I want you to do a win. Morning, noon, night. Good. One was not a lot of us. I need to hear you. Morning, noon, night, 90 straight days, right? So why all know we went from the backyard? We did this here, right? We did high schools, right? For real, just keep practicing. It ain't rocket science. You keep doing it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You start all over, you go to another level. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you're like, why am I not going to that? Because you're not doing 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Like you might not even make it. Like you might not even, whatever you said you was going to do, it might not even last 30 days. You might do 10 and quit. What's your win it all? Do you even know? Like, do you know what your win it all is for this year? Like, do you know if this year ended, like, would you go woo if that happened? Right? Like, do you know, or are you just waking up playing craps with your life and you just hope it roll on what you wanted to roll on? You're playing a lottery with your life. You're just hoping you put the numbers in and they come out right? Or are you 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90 morning, new nights, make the adjustments, whatever you're doing. That's not good. Quit. You're getting like a DAC. Okay, we got 71%. You're doing something wrong. Look, if you got an 80%, you're doing something. What? If you got an 89%, you're doing something what? Oh, you might be sweet. An 89 might be sweet. But we got 11% for growth. That's 11% growth right there. It's not until you get to 100% that you need to stop, right? So 30, 60, 90, say it with me. 30, 60, 90, come on, 30, 60, 90. And then we do what? We start all over again. By that time, it's a habit. If you really want to be dominant in your field, 30, 60, 90, start all over again. 30, 60, 90, start all over again. Morning, noon, night.
Is because I'm talking about my own life, not something I've read. I've been through the struggle. You don't need to come from a wealthy background to succeed. Look at the rich kids who fall into bad company or even take their own lives. It's not about the hand you're dealt. It's how you play it. Every opportunity is a chance to prove yourself again. I'm still nervous every time because the moment you get comfortable, the moment you stop pushing yourself, you start dying. The decisions I make now are up to me. Stop crying over what happened in your childhood. You're an adult now. Take full ownership of your life. The mistakes you make are on you. Your parents didn't make you play video games or be lazy. It's time to step up and take responsibility. You may be knocking on doors 100 times and feeling defeated because you've never given 100% before. To break through, you'll need to give 120%. You have to fight and keep fighting. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they can't outlast their old self to become their new self. Every day, we face demands. The reason you're not where you want to be isn't because you're not great. It's because you're prioritizing everyone else's demands over your own. Raise your hand if you're committed to making a change today. Say it with me. From this day forward, I make a commitment to myself like never before. I'm going to grind, fight, work, push, learn, and do everything in my power every single day. Winning spreads. Winners have a certain energy. They don't make excuses. They find ways to win. How do we do it? We wake up and grind. Winners win because they focus on winning more than on structure. When you become a winner, you'll find yourself surrounded by winners. We want guarantees from others, but are unwilling to make guarantees to ourselves. You get upset if a product doesn't deliver on its 30-day guarantee, but you've never demanded the same from yourself. Look in the mirror and hold yourself accountable. Stop letting yourself down. It's time to be brave and take responsibility for your life. Your DNA is in your dreams. So why waste that power on superficial things like money and cars? If you believe you're here for a greater purpose, why aren't you pursuing it? Dreaming is crucial. No matter your level, keep dreaming. Those who dream big lead different, more fulfilling lives. Don't sabotage yourself with fear. It's not real. Overcome it by dreaming about what you can become. Many of you spend your life doing what others want you to do, but you'll never excel that way. Be selfish about your dreams. Know who you are and what you want to achieve. This is the lesson millennials need. They've seen previous generations work hard for material things. But it's time to focus on more than just stuff. Be selfish in dreaming, because you can't help others if you're not whole yourself. Demand more from yourself and make a commitment to your dreams. Remember, we demand guarantees from others, but not from ourselves. Hold yourself accountable. Your success depends on your commitment to your values and dreams. Dream big, work hard, and refuse to let yourself down. Your DNA is in your dream. Embrace it and live up to it. Now let me take you deeper into what this all means. It's not just about identifying your dreams. It's about understanding why those dreams matter to you. Why do you want to achieve those things? What will they bring you? How will they change your life and the lives of those around you? You need to dig deep into your soul and ask yourself these questions. The answers will fuel your journey. They will keep you going when things get tough. And trust me, things will get tough. There will be days when you feel like giving up. Days when you're exhausted, frustrated, and questioning why you're even bothering. That's when you need to remember your why. That's when you need to dig in and push harder. Because those tough days are the days that will define you. They are the days that will test your resolve and your commitment to your dreams. Every successful person you admire has been through those days. They didn't give up. They didn't quit. They kept pushing forward, no matter how hard it got. And that's what you need to do. You need to keep going, keep pushing, keep fighting, because that's what it takes to achieve greatness. And don't be afraid to fail. Failure is a part of the process. It's how you learn and grow. Every failure brings you one step closer to success. So embrace it. Learn from it. Use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Remember, you are in control of your destiny. You have the power to shape your future. Don't let anyone or anything hold you back. Don't let fear or doubt stop you from achieving your dreams. Believe in yourself and your ability to succeed, because you can do it. You have what it takes. You just need to keep going, keep pushing, and never give up. So take a moment to think about your dreams. What do you want to achieve? What will it take to get there? And most importantly, why does it matter to you? Write it down. Keep it somewhere you can see it every day. Let it be a constant reminder of what you're working towards. And let it be the fuel that keeps you going, no matter how tough it gets. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. There are people who believe in you and want to see you succeed. Surround yourself with those people. Let their support and encouragement lift you up when you're feeling down. Let their belief in you reinforce your own belief in yourself. But also remember that ultimately, this is your journey. It's up to you to make it happen. No one else can do it for you. So take responsibility for your life and your dreams. Take control of your future and go after it with everything you got. You owe it to yourself to give it your all. You owe it to yourself to live a life that is true to who you are and what you want. So don't settle for anything less. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Don't let anyone else's expectations or opinions dictate your life. This is your journey. This is your life. And you have the power to make it whatever you want it to be. So go out there and make it happen. Dream big, work hard, and never give up. Because you can do it. You have what it takes. And you deserve to live the life of your dreams. Once you've identified your dreams and your why, you need to develop a plan. This plan should be detailed and actionable. Break your big goals into smaller, manageable steps. Each step should bring you closer to your ultimate goal. Think of this plan as your roadmap. It will guide you and keep you on track. Without a plan, it's easy to get lost or sidetracked. But with a plan, you have a clear path to follow. You know what you need to do and when you need to do it. And that makes it much easier to stay focused and motivated. But remember, your plan is not set in stone. Life happens. Things change. And you need to be flexible and adaptable. Be ready to adjust your plan as needed. Be open to new opportunities and new ways of doing things. But always keep your ultimate goal in mind. Always keep your why at the forefront of your mind. And don't forget to celebrate your progress. Every step you take is a step in the right direction. Every small win brings you closer to your ultimate goal. So take the time to acknowledge and celebrate your progress. It will keep you motivated and remind you that you're moving forward. And finally, never stop learning and growing. The journey to achieving your dreams is a journey of personal growth and development. Keep pushing yourself to be better. Keep challenging yourself to learn new things and develop new skills. The more you grow, the more capable you become. And the more capable you become, the closer you get to achieving your dreams.
Hey there, have you ever wondered why some people seem to command respect effortlessly while others struggle to gain the admiration and esteem of those around them? Well, today I'm here to shed light on 4 awful habits that might be sabotaging your efforts to earn the respect you deserve. These habits can sneakily creep into your life without you even realizing it, slowly eroding the foundation of respect that you've worked so hard to build. But don't worry, because by the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge and tools necessary to identify and eliminate these respect-killing habits from your life once and for all. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty details, let me ask you a question. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you felt disrespected or undervalued by others? Maybe it was at work, where your colleagues seemed to dismiss your ideas without giving them a fair chance. Or perhaps it was in your personal life, where your friends or family members consistently talked over you or ignored your opinions. If you've experienced these scenarios, you know firsthand how frustrating and demoralizing it can be to feel like you're not being given the respect you deserve. But here's the thing, respect isn't something that's handed out freely. It's earned through your actions, your words, and the way you carry yourself. And unfortunately, there are certain habits that can quickly derail your efforts to gain respect, no matter how hard you try. These habits are like silent assassins, slowly chipping away at your credibility and making it harder for others to see you as someone worthy of their admiration and esteem. So what are these 4 awful habits that make people disrespect you? Well, buckle up, because we're about to take a deep dive into each one of them. And trust me, by the time we're done, you'll have a newfound appreciation for the power of your own actions and the impact they can have on the way others perceive you. The first habit that can make people disrespect you is a lack of integrity. Integrity is the foundation upon which respect is built. It's the quality of being honest, trustworthy, and consistent in your actions and words. When you lack integrity, people start to question your motives and your reliability. They begin to wonder if they can trust you to follow through on your commitments, or if you'll say one thing and do another. Think about it this way: if you consistently make promises that you don't keep, or if you're caught in lies or half-truths, how can anyone trust you? How can they respect you when they don't know if they can believe a word that comes out of your mouth? Integrity is like the glue that holds your relationships together. Without it, everything falls apart. So, if you want to earn the respect of those around you, you need to make integrity a non-negotiable part of your character. You need to be honest even when it's difficult. You need to follow through on your commitments even when it's inconvenient. And you need to be consistent in your actions even when no one is watching. But here's the thing, integrity isn't something you can fake. It's not a mask you can put on when it's convenient and take off when it's not. It's a way of life, a commitment to being the best version of yourself, even when it's hard. And when you live with integrity, people notice they see you as someone they can trust, someone they can count on, and someone they can respect. The second habit that can make people disrespect you is a lack of self-respect. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Wait a minute, I thought this was about how to earn the respect of others, not about respecting myself. But here's the thing, the way you treat yourself is a reflection of how you expect others to treat you. Think about it this way. If you constantly put yourself down, if you engage in negative self-talk or allow others to walk all over you, what message are you sending to the world? You're telling people that you don't value yourself, that you don't believe you're worthy of respect. And if you don't respect yourself, how can you expect anyone else to respect you? Self-respect is about setting boundaries, standing up for yourself, and treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would extend to a dear friend. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for anything less than you deserve. When you have self-respect, you carry yourself differently. You walk with your head held high, confident in who you are and what you bring to the table. You speak up when something doesn't feel right, and you're not afraid to say no when something doesn't align with your values or goals. And here's the beautiful thing, when you respect yourself, others can't help but respect you too. They see the way you treat yourself, and they instinctively know that you're not someone to be trifled with. They understand that you have standards and expectations for how you want to be treated, and they rise to meet those expectations. So if you want to earn the respect of others, start by respecting yourself. Treat yourself with the same kindness, compassion, and dignity that you would extend to someone you deeply admire. Set boundaries, stand up for yourself, and refuse to settle for anything less than you deserve. When you do, you'll find that respect becomes a natural byproduct of the way you live your life. The third habit that can make people disrespect you is a lack of empathy. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to understand their perspective and feelings, even if they differ from your own. When you lack empathy, you come across as cold, disconnected, and uncaring. You give the impression that you're only interested in your own needs and desires, and that you don't care about the impact your actions have on others. Think about a time when you've interacted with someone who lacked empathy. Maybe it was a boss who consistently dismissed your concerns, or a friend who always managed to make the conversation about themselves. How did that make you feel? Chances are you felt unheard, unvalued, and disrespected. Now, imagine being on the other side of that interaction. Imagine being the person who lacks empathy, who consistently puts their own needs above others, who fails to consider how their words and actions might be impacting those around them. How do you think that comes across to others? Do you think it inspires respect and admiration, or does it breed resentment and disdain? Empathy is the key to building strong, respectful relationships. When you take the time to understand others, to listen to their perspectives and concerns, you show them that you value them as human beings. You demonstrate that you're not just interested in what they can do for you, but that you genuinely care about their well-being and happiness. And here's the thing, empathy isn't just about being nice or agreeable. It's about having the courage to have difficult conversations, to stand up for what's right, even when it's unpopular. It's about being willing to put yourself in someone else's shoes, even when their experiences and perspectives are vastly different from your own. When you cultivate empathy, you become a better leader, a better friend, and a better human being. You inspire others to be their best selves, and you create a culture of respect and understanding that permeates every aspect of your life. So, if you want to earn the respect of those around you, start by practicing empathy. Take the time to listen, to understand, and to consider the perspectives of others. Show them that you value them as human beings, and that you're willing to put in the work to build strong, respectful relationships. When you do, you'll find that respect becomes a natural byproduct of the way you interact with the world. The fourth and final habit that can make people disrespect you is a lack of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to understand your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and how they impact those around you. When you lack self-awareness, you're like a bull in a china shop, crashing through life without any regard for the damage you might be causing. Think about it this way. Have you ever been in a meeting where someone consistently interrupted others or talked over them? Or have you ever had a friend who always managed to make everything about themselves, no matter what the conversation was about? Chances are those people lacked self-awareness. They were so caught up in their own thoughts and desires that they failed to consider how their actions were impacting those around them. Now, imagine being that person. Imagine going through life without any awareness of how your words and actions are being perceived by others. Imagine consistently offending or alienating people without even realizing it. How do you think that would impact your relationships and your ability to earn respect? Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and development. It's the key to understanding your own strengths and weaknesses, and to making the changes necessary to become the best version of yourself. When you're self-aware, you're able to see yourself objectively, to understand how your actions and behaviors are impacting those around you, and to make adjustments as needed. And here's the thing, self-awareness isn't something that comes naturally to most people. It's a skill that needs to be developed and cultivated over time. It requires a willingness to be honest with yourself, to seek out feedback from others, and to make changes when necessary. But when you do the work to become more self-aware, the payoff is immense. You become a better communicator, a better leader, and a better friend. You're able to build stronger, more respectful relationships and to create a life that aligns with your deepest values and goals. So, if you want to earn the respect of those around you, start by cultivating self-awareness. Take the time to understand your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors and how they impact those around you. Seek out feedback from others and be willing to make changes when necessary. When you do, you'll find that respect becomes a natural byproduct of the way you show up in the world. Now, I know that cultivating these habits of integrity, self-respect, empathy, and self-awareness can be a daunting task. It requires a willingness to be vulnerable, to take an honest look at yourself, and to make changes when necessary. But here's the thing, the rewards are so worth it. When you live with integrity, when you respect yourself and others, when you cultivate empathy and self-awareness, you become a beacon of light in a world that can often feel dark and chaotic. You inspire others to be their best selves, and you create a ripple effect of positivity and respect that touches everyone around you. And here's the beautiful thing, respect isn't something that's finite or scarce. It's not something that you have to hoard or guard jealously. In fact, the more respect you give to others, the more respect you'll receive in return. It's a virtuous cycle that feeds on itself, creating a culture of kindness, compassion, and understanding. So my challenge to you today is this: take a hard look at yourself and your habits. Ask yourself if you're living with integrity, if you're respecting yourself and others, if you're cultivating empathy and self-awareness. And if you find that you're falling short in any of these areas, don't beat yourself up. Remember, personal growth is a journey, not a destination. Instead, commit to making small changes every day. Start by being honest with yourself and others, even when it's hard. Practice treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would extend to a dear friend. Take the time to listen to others to understand their perspectives and concerns. And seek out feedback from trusted friends and mentors so that you can continue to grow and develop as a person. When you do these things, when you make these habits a non-negotiable part of your life, you'll find that respect becomes a natural byproduct of the way you show up in the world. You'll inspire others to be their best selves, and you'll create a culture of kindness, compassion, and understanding that touches everyone around you. So my friends, let's make a commitment today to live with integrity, to respect ourselves and others, to cultivate empathy and self-awareness, and to create a world where respect is the norm, not the exception. Let's be the change we wish to see in the world, and let's do it together. Thank you for listening, and remember, the power to earn respect lies within you. Use it wisely and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but wait, I've been trying to earn respect for years and it hasn't worked. What makes you so sure that these habits will make a difference? And to that, I say, fair point. Earning respect isn't always easy, and it's not something that happens overnight. But here's the thing, when you consistently practice these habits of integrity, self-respect, empathy, and self-awareness, you start to see a shift in the way people treat you. It might start small, with a colleague who starts to listen more attentively when you speak, or a friend who goes out of their way to show you kindness and support. But over time, these small changes start to add up. You start to notice that people are more willing to collaborate with you, to seek out your opinions and insights, and to treat you with the respect and dignity that you deserve. And here's the really cool part: when you start to earn respect from others, it has a ripple effect on every aspect of your life. You start to feel more confident and self-assured, more willing to take risks and pursue your dreams. You start to attract people who share your values and your commitment to personal growth, and you start to build a community of like-minded individuals who support and encourage you every step of the way. But of course, earning respect isn't just about what you get from others. It's also about what you give to the world. When you live with integrity, when you treat yourself and others with respect, when you cultivate empathy and self-awareness, you become a force for good in the world. You start to make a positive impact on the lives of those around you, and you start to create a legacy that will endure long after you're gone. Think about some of the most respected people in history, people like Martin Luther King Jr., Mahatma Gandhi, and Mother Teresa. These individuals weren't perfect, but they lived their lives with a deep commitment to integrity, compassion, and service to others. They inspired millions of people around the world to be their best selves, and they left a lasting impact on the world that continues to be felt to this day. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be a world-renowned leader or a saint to earn respect, but I am saying that when you live your life with purpose and intention, when you make these habits of respect a non-negotiable part of who you are, you start to create a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. So how do you start to cultivate these habits in your own life? Well, the first step is to get clear on your values and your priorities. What's most important to you? What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? Once you have a sense of your values and priorities, the next step is to start aligning your actions with them. This means being honest with yourself and others, even when it's uncomfortable. It means treating yourself with kindness and compassion, even when you're feeling down or discouraged. It means taking the time to listen to others to understand their perspectives and concerns even when you disagree with them. And it means being willing to seek out feedback and make changes when necessary, even when it's hard. Of course, cultivating these habits of respect isn't always easy. There will be times when you fall short, when you make mistakes or let someone down. But the key is to remember that personal growth is a journey, not a destination. It's about progress, not perfection. So when you do stumble or fall short, don't beat yourself up. Instead, take a moment to reflect on what happened, to learn from your mistakes, and to recommit to your values and priorities. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. There are countless others out there who are working to cultivate these same habits of respect, who are striving to be their best selves and make a positive impact on the world. One of the best ways to stay motivated and accountable on this journey is to surround yourself with people who share your values and your commitment to personal growth. This might mean joining a community of like-minded individuals, whether it's a professional network, a volunteer organization, or a personal development group. It might mean seeking out mentors or coaches who can offer guidance and support along the way. Or it might simply mean being intentional about the people you spend your time with and choosing to surround yourself with those who lift you up and inspire you to be your best self. Another key to cultivating these habits of respect is to practice gratitude and appreciation. When you take the time to acknowledge and appreciate the good things in your life, whether it's a supportive friend, a meaningful career, or a beautiful sunset, you start to shift your focus away from what's lacking and towards what's abundant. You start to cultivate a sense of contentment and joy that radiates outward, touching everyone around you. And when you make gratitude and appreciation a regular practice, you start to notice a shift in the way you show up in the world. You become more patient, more compassionate, more willing to give others the benefit of the doubt. You start to see the best in people, even when they're struggling or making mistakes. And you start to create a culture of respect and appreciation that lifts everyone up. Of course, cultivating these habits of respect isn't just about what happens in your personal life. It's also about how you show up in your professional life, in your community, and in the world at large. It's about using your platform and your influence to create positive change, to advocate for justice and equality, and to be a voice for those who may not have one. This might mean speaking up when you see something that isn't right, even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. It might mean using your skills and resources to make a difference in your community, whether it's volunteering at a local nonprofit or mentoring a young person who needs guidance and support. Or it might mean using your voice and your influence to advocate for causes that matter to you, whether it's environmental sustainability, social justice, or any other issue that you feel called to address. When you make these habits of respect a core part of who you are, when you use your platform and your influence to create positive change in the world, you start to create a legacy that will endure long after you're gone. You start to inspire others to be their best selves, to stand up for what's right, and to create a world that's more just, more compassionate, and more respectful for all. So my friends, let's make a commitment today to cultivate these habits of respect in our own lives and to use our influence and our platform to create positive change in the world. Let's be the leaders and the change makers that our world so desperately needs, and let's do it with integrity, compassion, and a deep respect for ourselves and others. And remember, this journey of personal growth and respect isn't always easy. There will be challenges and setbacks along the way. But when you stay committed to your values and your priorities, when you surround yourself with people who lift you up and inspire you to be your best self, and when you make gratitude and appreciation a regular practice, you start to create a life that's rich with meaning, purpose, and respect. So let's get out there and start living our lives with intention and purpose. Let's be the change we wish to see in the world, and let's do it together. Because when we all commit to cultivating these habits of respect, when we all use our influence and our platform to create positive change, there's no limit to what we can achieve. Thank you for listening, and remember, the power to earn respect and create a better world lies within each and every one of us. Let's use it wisely, and let's start today.
me tell you something. You could dream all you want. Kid came to me the other day. He's about 24 years old. He wants to be an animator. Everybody dogging him out. He was like, E.T., maybe my dreams are too big. I said, no such thing. Ain't nothing wrong with your dreams. Your strategy is off, though. Your dreams are great. Keep your big dreams. The people who dog you out is probably people with small dreams. Don't worry about them. You're going to run across a lot of them. You're going to run across a lot of average people who don't think big. Don't let that disturb you. Don't let that distract you. You keep your goals, but I need to know the steps. What steps are you going to take to make that happen? What you're going to do on Monday? I don't see that. What you're going to do on Tuesday? Like you just showed me your dream. I don't see what you're doing on Wednesday. What time are you getting up on Saturday? What you're doing on the weekend when everybody else chilling? Show me your plan. Don't just show me your dreams. So if we're going to win 58, we're going to have some steps to go with that. All doable. I walked in here, bro. Some of why I was too tall to walk in the door. You got what you got. You got the athleticism. Now we need the plan. You got to be intentional and deliberate. I don't wear Reebok. Ain't nothing wrong with Reebok. I just don't wear them. I ain't associate. I don't know nobody other than the pumps. You know what I'm saying? And the duck. I don't really know a lot of people that wore them. I know Nike. I wear Muhammad Ali for a reason. I wear J's for a reason. I ain't trying to be fashionable. Muhammad Ali was the best to do it. And I saw him as a kid. I was born in the 70s. I saw him go to work. I watch MJ do his thing. I don't wear it because I'm fashionable. I wear it because I want to be associated. I want to be around greatness. I know what Nike represent. Serena with them. Kobe was with them. Jordan was with them. You got to be intentional and deliberate. Now here's what I mean when I say 120. So I had a guy the other day, I was on the phone with a guy. And he said he was a Laker fan from back in the day. I was like, oh, what era? He was like, Kobe Gasol. I was like, all right, do me a favor. You really a Laker fan? He's like, yeah. I was like, name everybody that played on the squad that year. He couldn't name him. I said, bro, I thought you said he was a Laker fan. Like, I can't name him. I ain't no Laker fan. I'm from Detroit. I'm a Piston fan. I can't name him. I can name Isaiah Dumars. I can name them all. John Sally, I can name him Rodman. I can name him Lambeer. I can name him Buddha Microwave. I can name him. He couldn't name him. I said, who can you name? He said, I can name Kobe Gasol. And Odom. I was like, who was the best out of all of them? They said Kobe. I said, absolutely. 120. The reason why you can't name the other jokers, not because they didn't play on the team and not because they weren't professional, but they weren't given 120. So you don't remember who they were, and you went to a whole bunch of the games. They were professional, but they weren't 120. You'll never forget Kobe was 120. Not perfect, but 120. He gave everything he had. Mike was 120. Gave everything he had. 120. Michael Phelps, 120. Serena, 120. I'm saying to you that since you have to give an effort anyway, it might as well be 120. Why? Because when you do 120, you ain't never got to work again. You can name some dudes in the league that went 120. They got jobs now. Kobe never had to work again. Mike never had to work again. Why? Because they would die. Serena will never work again. Michael Phelps will never work again. He didn't just swim. He was a swimmer. Serena was the best that ever do it. I'm telling you. Here's what I know it's going to take to get to 58. It's going to take your best game every night. How do you get your best game? I don't have the slightest idea. I get my best game by getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. People say to me all the time, you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, have you lost your mind? I say, have you lost your horse? I live in America. You mean to tell me I can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and be a multimillionaire? You mean to tell me I can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can go get a master's and a PhD? I can be a New York Times bestseller? You mean to tell me I can take care of my family by getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I can take a nap whenever I want to? No. I'll do whatever it takes. I've been getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning since about 1920. First hour I dedicate to God, next hour my accountability crew, next hour a little walking. I try not to do too much exercise, you feel me? I be seeing people, I'm like, you about to die. You know what I'm saying? You're doing too much. I'm just gonna walk. You know what I'm saying? Because I see the old ladies just walking in the mall. They old. I don't see them lifting no weights or doing no burpees or nothing like that. They just walking for an hour. I'm like, that's what I like that. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just being real. If you live in a third world country, I don't care what time you get up. I don't care what time you go to bed. You in a third world country, you can't be an NBA star. You can't be an NFL star. You guys have an opportunity of a lifetime and it's a short window. I'm telling you, this is a short window. You're not going to be doing this at 47 years old, 58 years old, 62. So if you got 10 years, why not get 120? Because if you get 120, I feel good, bro. I get 120. I'm walking through I'm talking about airport. I'm going out to eat cats. Like I love it too. Because, I grew up in the African-American community. So, bros be coming up to me like, what up, BT? Like, bro, I don't be taking pictures with grown men, but I'm like, bro, you ain't got it. It's all good. You ain't going to lose your masculinity, bro. You changed my life, bro. You got me ironing my wife's clothes. You helped my mom get through chemotherapy, bro. It feel good giving 120 and know when I die. That my name will live forever. My videos will live forever. It feels good knowing that I own my own dynasty and I run my own life because I gave 120. And was it difficult? Absolutely it was. Did I want to chill out while other people was on the plane playing video games and watching movies? I wanted to watch it too, but I was working on my dissertation. It was worth it. That dissertation was worth it. The master's was worth the 4. The G was worth it. They're writing the book. I'm asking you to do me a favor. I'm asking you, if you're going to get to 58, you can't give me 70-30, you can't give me 60-40, you can't give me 75-25, you can't give me 80-20-20. You're going to get some other dudes in this league who have won and they tasted success and they don't want to give it up. They tasted it. Y'all. They felt what it felt like to be on the bus. I know what it's like to be on the bus. I know what it feels like, guys. There are people who live that lifestyle and they're not trying to give it up. You got to take it from EM. Ain't nobody trying to give it up. Kids come here all the time. E.T. I'm going to take your spot. How? I want you to take it, but I'm not giving it to you. I want you to be the next great speaker. I do. If you had 100 of me in the school system, 100 of me in the prisons, it wouldn't be enough for all the crime and what our kids are going through. It wouldn't be enough, but I'm not about to give it to you. You got to come take it.
Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you got. And when you fall throughout life, and maybe even tonight after a few many glasses of champagne, remember this: fall forward.